Look, I don't think there's any issue around lifting the spirit of the team. I think they know that we're still got a chance in this competition. But first and foremost, we need to start playing some better cricket. So there's no point looking at the table and looking at what's happened in the past. It is identifying that we've clearly got some areas that we need to improve. With the ball on the power play, we've struggled to contain sides. I think that's pretty apparent. And also at the death, we've struggled with the ball as well. So we've tried a lot of different options in those particular areas as well. So the guys are very focused around making improvements in those areas. And if we do that, then we give ourselves a good chance. But rather than thinking about the end result, we certainly need to improve our own performance first. Yeah, look, in the first 8 games, we played the same top 6 unless we had injuries. So we made some, we were pretty consistent with the bat there. Our bowling was still struggling at that time. So we made a move where we felt we needed 6 bowling options. So therefore that made a shift. And Safraz, who you did right, he's averaged 45 with the bat, performed nicely. I'm sure his strike rate at times wasn't as high as you'd like, but he's performed really well in a different role. So because we had to change the structure of our side because other parts of our game weren't working as well as we would like, we had to make a sacrifice there. And that's been difficult on Safraz. And Mandeep, who we've asked to do that finishing role, has had very few balls to make an impact. And he's also done okay without playing the innings of substance that I'm sure he would really like. But it's a very difficult role at 6. We don't have an Andre Russell or a Hardik Pandya who can come out and go whoosh. So we have to try and structure things a little bit differently. So those are the challenges and discussions that we have whenever we're looking to try and find the right balance. Yeah, I think it's a very good question. I mean, as I said, Ashwin and myself work very closely together, but we also involve all the other coaches. We've got senior players who have some input as well. So when you've got a squad that size, there's a number of different people within the group and that offer their input. So we're very open to people making a contribution. But Ashwin and myself are the ones that need to make the final call. In terms of sticking with players and so forth, I think absolutely that's the ideal scenario. But we've had 14 injuries in this campaign where we've had to, you have one injury, you often have to make 2 changes. So there's been 4 occasions where we've wanted to roll out the same 11, but we haven't been able to due to injury. So those are factors that you have to consider, and you also have to consider the facilities that you're playing on and what you think's the best balance for that particular game. And we would love to have that real stability around that, and our bowling unit's the one that's generally we've changed quite a lot. Obviously Moses Enrique's injuries meant that we struggled to have that 6th bowling option and someone batting in the top 4 or 5. So that's made things a little bit challenging, and other guys have had to step up. Mandeep Singh had to bowl an over out here when Mujib got injured, and he did an excellent job. So, like I said, unless you've got that perfect all-rounder in your top 5, you're always going to have to compromise in some area. And sometimes when you're on a really good batting surface, you want to go with 6 bowling options. And contrary to that is if you're on a surface that's not so good, sometimes you want to play the extra batsman. So it is a little bit of a horses for courses, and it's also working out who's available and who's fit at the time. So there's always plenty of different challenges that test you during a campaign where it's so congested.